Hey, what's up, everyone? Carl Williams here with Williams' Mind and Muscle Mechanics. Hope everybody's having a good day today. It's Friday. We made it to the weekend once again, so that's always good news. Today, I wanted to talk a little bit about sports training. So, how an athlete can train in the gym, or just in general to sort of give themselves an edge on the field, or on the ice or whatever it may be, in the ring, but whatever you do, whatever your sport is, right? Basically just little habits you can get into to sort of make sure your training is moving in the right direction when it comes to sports. And I'm going to say, like, during the regular season itself, like if you're actually currently playing in a season of baseball or basketball or whatever it may be, the best type of training you can be doing, obviously, is playing the sport itself, right? Like if you're training if you're running a marathon in a few weeks, you're trying to prepare for that. Well, the best thing you can do is go run. You know what I mean? Like, the best way to get better at running is to run. The best way to get better at hitting home runs is to go out with a baseball bat and a ball and start cracking balls. And I know that sounds super obvious, but I mean it might not be obvious to some people. You know what I mean? Some people might think, if I want to get better at running, I need to be there's a certain exercise I can be doing in the gym that's going to make me faster. And I mean, the truth is, like, yes, the work you do in the gym is going to help you, but all I'm trying to say is, like, let's say you had 8 hours, you had a finite amount of time to train in a week. You had, like, let's say 8 hours, and you had to divide it between being on the field or the ice and being in the gym. You're definitely going to want, if it's during the regular season or the playoffs, you're definitely going to be wanting to spend more time on the field than in the gym. Basically maybe spend 2 hours, in the gym and 6 hours on the field, right? Two full body, like 1 hour workouts in the gym, and then basically spend the rest of your time on the field practicing the sport itself, right? Because that's the best way you're going to get better at any sport. Best way to get better at jumping is to jump. The best way to get better at shooting a hockey puck is to go shoot a hockey puck. The best way to get better at your golf swing is to go swing a golf club. It's all developing habits, right? My first, when I was in high school, I played football. I actually only played 3 years of football. I never played really like junior varsity or anything like that. I just, I played all kinds of other sports growing up: baseball, boxing. I was in karate, all that kind of stuff. But when I got to high school, I was like, what? I'd love to play some football. I love football. I was always a fan of football. Just always, like, I was always a shorter kid, so I never really had that much body weight right up until I hit high school and started sort of filling out a little bit. So I was like, what? I'm gonna try out for the football team, So I started lifting weights, like a few years, basically in middle school. So I had a few years of weightlifting in, So I had like a pretty solid build, and I thought that was gonna give me an advantage on the football field, because I always thought, to me, big gargantuans, that's what football is all about. The stronger you are, the better you're gonna be at football, and not necessarily the case. You know what I mean? Honestly, the only reason I even made the team the first year is probably because, like I said, I had experience in other sports my whole childhood, and like probably the speed I developed playing baseball. I was an outfielder, so I think that's sort of what saved my ass when I sort of showed up to tryouts, because like my strength was not really, it really didn't play into much. You know what I mean? The strength and size I had, because I had basically all the movements, all the footwork and all the drill patterns, this and that. It was all foreign to me. So really, like, the first year I basically made the team by the skin of my teeth. And that whole first year was basically spent being a student of the sport. And then the next year I came in, and I was vast improvements, So yeah, basically on that note, yeah, like I'm saying, to recap, the best way to get better at a sport, is to go out and practice the sport itself. Now, if you do, when it comes to what you are going to be doing in the gym, stick to your compound movements, right? Like I said, like, let's say you have 8 hours to train in a week, and you're going to be spending most of the time on the field. Well, you have a short amount of time in the gym. You want to get stuff done. You really want to be focusing on either strength or endurance and compound movements, right? So, like, the best one, in my opinion, is squats. If I had to pick one exercise that you're going to do that's going to help you in whatever sport you're in, it's going to be squats, okay? Because, like, if just look at, next time you're watching your favorite sport, just look at the legs on the athletes. You know what I mean? Like, you're going to be hard pressed to try to find athletes with small legs. That's your foundation. Those are your wheels. That's basically, and like I said, the only reason I made the football team when I was back in high school is because I had built up some good legs, like running and playing baseball and that. So basically, your squats are king. I mean, even just beyond sports, like squats are probably the number one exercise there is. Period. Like, there's not really much of an argument to it. It strengthens your core. It strengthens your legs. It's going to build, strong, durable legs, which is like, if you have strong, durable legs, that's a hell of a head start, right? And so, your squats and any variation of them, if you want to get better at jumping, like jump squats, you know what I mean? Because, you're going to build explosive power, basically, you know what I mean? You're going to build that entire, and you're, like I said, if you want to get better at jumping, jump. So doing jump squats, great way to improve that. But squats in general, building yourself a nice, strong foundation. And then on that note, any other compound movements, right? Like your bench press, your T-bar rows, your military press, anything that's engaging an entire chain of muscles, right? If especially like I said, if it's during the season itself, you're not on the off season, you can sort of do whatever you want in the off season as long as you're at least maintaining, you know what I mean, what you did in the regular season, But I mean, you should still be, if you're taking the sport seriously and you want to go somewhere with it, you should definitely still be taking it seriously on the off season too, right? But I mean, if it's just something you're doing, as sort of like a hobby in high school, you know what I mean, you don't really think you're going to be going very far with it, well, then you can do whatever you want in the off season. But during the regular season and during the playoffs, definitely be focusing on your compound lifts, because all you're trying to do in the gym while you're playing a sport is you're just trying to build strong, durable muscles. You know what I mean? It's not about what your muscles look like at that point. If you're in there trying to shape the peak on your bicep, thinking it's going to help you in sports, no, sorry, that's obvious, right? Like, you're not going to flex your opponent to death, right? So, basically, hope that shines a little bit of light on anybody who, obviously, I feel like this is probably more targeted towards, like a younger sort of audience. You know what I mean? People who might still be in high school, trying to figure out how they're going to get going with their sport, how they should be going about their training. So I hope that shines a little bit of light on it. Stick to those compound movements. Build strong, durable muscles, especially your legs. Hope that helps. If you like my videos, like and subscribe, and keep kicking ass, everyone. Have a good day.